Try a song.
Yeah, we might be live. Are we live? Oh, I think we are. Yeah. Yep. Okie dokie. Buster.
It is probably the single most important mathematical idea of all. The notion of proof by circle and line or ruler and compass construction means that geometry can be known about in a way that is different from knowing about physical things, and so makes geometry epistemically differentiated. Furthermore, starting from circles and lines alone and constructing a relationship using circles and lines alone makes the conclusions certain in a way that nothing else was at the time. In geometric reasoning, the argument and the conclusions were made supremely clear and evident to the senses. Indeed, the concept of proof, a mechanism that gave a warrant for claiming geometry to be perfectly and absolutely true, made geometry the very paradigm of what we mean true and certain knowledge to be. In effect, in our understanding of nature, true means true like geometry is true.
Come go with me. Open your mind. Was all I ever knew. Finding the knowledge of the real world starts with the point of which has no parts. These are the axioms of life.
True.
And I take my chances with the old ways, finding the proofs in geometry.
Perfect.
And I don't care what all the sophists say. I find the proofs
We call this
in reality. They were right.
We call this
We know that they were right.
true. We call this proof. Like geometry is true.
Starting with circles and lines alone, constructing the nature of what's known.
We call this proof.
Conclusions are clear and the evidence seen. This 3D space works perfectly. And I take my chances with the old ways, finding the proofs in geometry. And I don't care what all the sophists say. I find the proofs in reality.
Geometry is true. Perfect. Absolutely.
And all around you is sinking sand. You have a place on which to stand. Foundations were already built for you.
Absolutely true.
Open your mind. And I'll take my chances with the old ways, hearing the words of what the ancients said. They say my words sound like sorcery, but there's wisdom in all honesty.
True.
Come go with me. Open your mind. Come go with me. We'll find the truth.
Absolutely true.
And we are live. Thursday night. It's Euclid night. Bit of a weird week, but we're going to carry on. It being Euclid night, and we're trying to get down to the basics. I think we should be going over a straight line. And a straight line in reality. I'm going to get on the whiteboard in a bit. This being Euclid night, I have to wait and see how many people are coming. You never know what might happen. Should have put the we okay with the live chat in the Discord? We'll leave it on, should we? We are live from Next Level Discord server. Got the crew in. Quite a lot of people in now. Just waiting to see anybody wants to come, because it's Euclid night. I'm going to go over the basics of a water level in a straight line today, I think, and link that to geometry. And since we did the beginning one, we did pi at the beginning of the week, I think that's one of the best videos we did, and it was ideal that it was Brenda to show us exactly how all of this logic leads to the geometry and the founding of globe science. That's the way I think of Brenda. Globe science in a way there. Earth curve. If anybody didn't see last night, you missed a treat. Only the live show, obviously. My Twitch got taken down. Only 7 days suspension, because a globe scientist got excited, couldn't hold himself back, started doing globe science on the thing, and we ended up losing the Twitch viewers. So if there isn't many viewers tonight, it might be because of that. The Twitch viewers are down. Or whether anybody was aware that we were actually live streaming to Twitch. Don't think many people were aware. And it looks like we've got a bit of a smaller crew of people, which is better. Back to the old school. Not so much drama going on. More about the back to basics. Back to learning. I might have to take down a video as well, because somebody donated to the, that's what point I have to put that in. Somebody donated to the Give Send Go, and then managed to be able to put a takedown notice, or for a privacy takedown notice. I'll just put that.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Is that?
Let's hope today's better than yesterday.
Well, it wasn't
nothing
a good
wrong
day
with
yesterday. It was a good day yesterday.
I never knew globe science was so passionate.
Certainly looked like he was enjoying himself. Right, let me get this. Let me get the link up here.
We had a globe hacker.
Good afternoon.
There seems to be a lot of that going around, where they come in and expose themselves, so to speak. No pun intended on yesterday's activities, but globe scientists seem to want to insert themselves where they're not really desired and wanted, and then plant information, and then, use that against where they weren't welcomed in the first place. It's a strange phenomenon that's going around in the globe science community.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we are still open to globe science. I mean, it takes all sorts, and we don't discriminate against anybody. But I mean, this is a Euclid night, And if there's anything more triggering than a straight line to a globe scientist, I don't know what is. I don't think that they could handle.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Euclid triggering them with straight lines.
Yeah.
Seem to be able to control themselves.
Yeah.
Hope they make it through tonight.
So it's a
Maybe
good
they
job,
need
I
globe.
think. We are keep the numbers low because I don't want to be frustrating any globe scientists into
Put
their
your globe earmuffs on. If you find it offensive, get your globe earmuffs. You'll be okay.
Yeah, technically, we don't need to talk about any numbers at all if it's Euclid night.
Yeah.
We do need to talk about responsibility and controlling yourself on a public forum. If they can't do that as globe scientists, then maybe go watch a rocket launch or a moon landing and do your business there in private.
Yeah.
Or go play your video games on Twitch.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you want to be a globe scientist in that way, like a lot of them seem to want to do, then just do it elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's no need to publicly globe science like that. I mean, like I say, it does take down. Twitch have suspended me for 7 days for showing globe science. It's strange stuff. You want to keep away from it.
I was going to ask you, Ben, if there's any way that you can talk to somebody at Twitch about people coming onto your stream and saying stupid things like that, and how that would affect you. Or if you can go to the other user on Twitch.
Yeah, we have actually, Rob.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm still shooting down avenues, but all I have is a username on Twitch. I'm not an actual Twitch channel.
Yeah, a certain Twitcher put a video out last night. Must be after you commented, Rob.
Right then, perfect. If you could DM me any information you have, that would be great, Beth.
I did. We have recorded a conversation, Rob. So anytime you want, you can take you through the conversation and you can hear it for yourself. I mean, thank you, because I think you might have helped us out, make some new contacts with people.
People need to be held accountable.
Yeah. Well, I'm not so sure whether that is, but I mean, there are people out there, right, that are actively globe sciencing.
Right.
In public.
Yeah, in public. On random people's channels, yeah.
And
As
then
a
reporting
sport,
channel
I think.
for globe science being exposed.
Yeah. They want to get normal channels shut down for doing globe science. We don't mind any conversation, so you might notice we have to swap from the live stream or whatever at certain times when certain people come in. If that's what the case is, I mean, maybe we might not. I mean, this is Euclid night, and as I say, we very rarely get anybody to come in. Practicing globe scientists. Like I say, it's Euclid is. It's like garlic to a vampire, isn't it? Euclid. A globe scientist. Let me just see if I can sort the whiteboard out. So, talk amongst yourselves, if you will, for a second. I'll just.
Well, I'll say I've never seen globe science done in that manner ever in my life, and I'm over 50. But if that is glober science, yeah, I don't really want it. Like, I didn't need that. It's hard to get it out of your mind. I guess that's the way they indoctrinate you with things that you can't hardly get out of your mind. Globe. It's globe. Must be.
You can't unsee that. You can't
you
unsee it
can't
once you've seen that.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised it doesn't cause an injury.
I don't know if he's injured or not. We haven't gotten a report. But, yeah, you never know. I also heard Lane earlier make a comment a couple of days ago that a small fraction of the population believes one thing, and that 99-point-something% of the population disagrees with them. And I think he was talking about the globe, like 99% of the population believes in a globe, which I don't know where he gets that number. I think he just made it up like he does everything else. But let's just say that is true. I would say that only a small portion of that 99% actually have ever looked into it. They're just blindly believing their authority figures that have told them that. So if that figure is that high, it's really just people in a religion or a cult, let's say, blindly believing their authority figure on a TV or at a school professing to them or whatever it may be. And I would say that the smaller percentage that disagrees with them are the ones who have gone out and broken away from that religion or cultish activity of blindly believing a leader and gone out and done their own tests and observations and come to their own conclusion. And that's why they're the minority. Of course they're going to be the minority. So being a 99% majority doesn't make you right. It just makes you a sheep or a follower, which is what you're doing, following a cult leader or following a religious leader, a professor standing in front of a classroom professing to you what he thinks you should know. That's all.
The problem is that the system keeps people tied down with the grind. You've got to get your mortgage paid. You've got to get your gas bills paid. You've got to feed your family. And people who haven't got the time to even sit and think, and all they do is collapse in front of that box that indoctrinates them in the corner of the room and never even have time to think. I think that's the problem. They've just got people really, really tied down, unable to think. You need to break free.
Yep. I was just thinking, we have globe surveyors, globe pilots, we have globe stoolies. It's we have quite an array. We had globe porn bombers yesterday. It's incredible the people that we have around us. It's just fascinating.
Take it one step further and say that not only do they sit in front of the government-run TV or news media, which if you don't believe it's run by the government, just go do your own research. But also they go to government-run schooling, which you have to pay for in your taxes, which the government gives the curriculum through the school board system. And then also the universities people think that's a state-run program. Well, the state is part of the government. And also their curriculums and what they teach and profess come from governmental approved textbooks. All that is done by funding. If you want to get funded in your universities, you better well follow the government plan and narrative. Try and get funding for flat earth research, which goes away from the narrative of the government, and see how far you get.
Brick wall.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the the change, the fundamental change of certain globe individuals, globe stoolies, globe surveyors, globe measurers. It's wow, it's like they're like a shadow of themselves, what they used to be and what they are now. Honestly, I never thought it would be this easy, this fast. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree with that. I challenge people all the time. Just randomly pick 10 surveyors in your area or across the state or across the country. Just randomly call them up. Make sure they're geodetic surveyors because that's the ones y'all say have measured curve. And ask everyone you talk to if they've ever measured curved water. Don't talk about if they believe it's a sphere or not. Ask them if they've ever measured curved water. None of them will say yes. They will laugh at you most of the time.
Absolutely. As soon as you bring them to water, their knees start to buckle. I bet you they have to lower the volume because you can hear the shaking. I mean, it's so obvious now. Like,
And
not
if
to
you find,
sound.
well,
I
I
was
was going
gonna
to
say
say,
not to sound smug or anything. Go ahead, Rick. Yeah.
I'll be quick. If you find one that says he has, make sure you find out what method and tools that he used and where he did it at, please, because I want to replicate it. Thanks.
Yeah, sure. I've been asking for a long time. Is there a hump? Is there a drop? Is it something else? And all I get is ridicule and laughed at with skateboard jokes and boat jokes.
I'll just make a brew for the missus. I've got my thing ready on the board, so I'll be ready, but I need to just make the missus a brew and then she'll be right. I'll be able to settle her down for a bit. Got the water levels out. Got a circle drawn. It looks very professional. And the whiteboard.
Careful not to upset the globe followers.
Well, hopefully they know it's
globe scientists.
Euclid,
Globe scientists. Yeah.
Right, I'll just make this brew for the missus and take it up, and then I'll be back with you. So chat amongst yourselves for a bit, please.
Yeah, just remember that they're the globe scientists. They get excited.
They do get excited, man.
Thank you for the correction, globe scientists.
Moyak, man, one of the leading globe scientists that hangs out at Geos, I believe. Yeah, Geos. He gets excited a lot also. He said yesterday that the Panama Canal is a foot lower than another part of the Panama Canal. Like at the start and the end, it's a foot difference. And he agreed. He wouldn't say that was a slope or curvature, but we all know that would be a slope. I don't know if he's not smart enough to figure it out or he just didn't want to say it because he might get too excited. But
the Panama Canal does have locks, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has locks, but he was saying that he agreed that it was because of temperature and salinity of the water at each end. But I asked him specifically if you put a water level tool and ran it from the start to the finish of the Panama Canal, would the tool itself be a foot above the water? And he agreed that it would. So I think he agrees that if in a tube like the tool would be, that it's less affected. And of course, you wouldn't have different types of water in there. It would be the same water. It wouldn't be more salty on one end than the other. And the temperature would be more controlled because it's in a pipe like that. You would definitely want to take that into an account, though, if you're doing long distance.
Yep, water. Water is the Achilles heel of the globe scientists. They get triggered like crazy. Like the straight line, the dialetheism, a straight line could be a curved line.
No,
Shout out Globe Stooley. Depends how you look at it, Rob.
The water is the straight line.
It's still water, yeah, sure, absolutely.
They don't comprehend.
Well, it triggers them because they're in a dilemma. They have a dichotomy or a trichotomy.
No, they've been shown pictures and seen globes in their classrooms their whole lives. They think that's what it is.
When I did my surveying over with a professional surveyor, like with we were using his tools, his methods. I didn't know anything about, like I wasn't inputting anything on Lake Pontchartrain. We did 3 points along the different shorelines, basically 2 on the north shore. I'm sorry, 2 on the south shore and 1 on the north shore. And the measurements of the water level were about 6 inches off, like 5 and whatever, almost 6 inches. And when I asked him why it was different, he said, well, you get wind is the biggest thing. He said the wind was out of the, whatever this day. So it's pushing that water up against the other bank and making it go up, right? So you're going to get that difference. If it's pushing up on one bank, it makes sense that it's going to be lower on the other bank. And that's what he said that it mostly was. And he also incorporated some tool error and some human error in that. But over 24-mile difference, that water was basically the same level, when you take out those factors.
Makes a lot of sense, yep. See, it's their model that does them in, because their model says constant curvature from wherever you are, all around you. And that could very easily be debunked. Anybody that has been on the water could just laugh at that. That does not happen. Sorry.
Same tool. Yeah, it doesn't happen at all. And the thing is, the same tools that they measure vertical change from a horizontal mean sea level and find that the land is rising up as you go away from the water. And in most cases, you do have valleys that go below sea level, like New Orleans or whatever, that have to have levees. But you have mountains that rise vertically above that mean sea level. Those same tools and methods, if used over the water when static, not moving, not being changed, that same tool would give you a vertical difference from horizontal, yet it doesn't. You need to explain that to me.
Yep, they're stuck saying crazy things, the globe scientists, the ones that have a lake, or used to. They say crazy things like a spirit level is higher at either end, lower in the middle. What else do they say? They say a pipe with a ball bearing on it, a couple of miles, it'll roll to one end. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll roll to the center from either end.
Yeah.
If you put 2 ball bearings in a pipe that's long enough, that's horizontal, those 2 ball bearings will roll to the center and clink against each other. Shout out to Zanuck.
Any sane person, like half a brain, you don't even need to use your full brain, like half a brain with one eye closed, that's ridiculous.
And they claim that's due to a gravity wave, correct?
Well, they do it. First time I heard lateral gravity.
Right. Now, if the common person wants to go test this, just get you a piece of 10-foot or 20-foot pipe, make it horizontal with the same tools we would use anywhere else to make things horizontal. Pour water in one end and see if it flows to the middle of the pipe. Now, if it doesn't, don't worry, because in the theory of the globe, all you got to do is add more pipe to one end or the other. And then the water would flow towards the middle. Now, if that makes sense to you, get out of here.
Take cover.
We know that won't happen. So.
No, that's a fact. It will happen. You just got to make it long enough.
I mean, can you blow colored smoke around the center, around with that gravity wave, and see it working, pulling the water to the center? Is that possible?
Apparently you can, because it's proven 99% of the public knows these things, right? So that means if you walk up to a random 10 people, 9 people will be able to tell you that very thing. I'll take that bet.
Interesting.
Shout out to Left Lane being wrong again.
Who's name dropping? Talking about globe scientists.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, the globe scientist that told me that, I would say he's wrong. Shout out to the globe scientist.
Yeah. Well,
you could call him Left Lane because we all know that's not his actual name.
We can't be using names. It's against the rules. You never know, Rob. There may be a Rob Keane out there that doesn't like being doxxed. He might try and report the stream. You never know. We've got to be careful.
I would never report for doxing. I dox myself every day.
Well, maybe not you. Maybe somebody else. You never know.
Ev, what does it mean when you refer to someone as a Mong?
A what?
Mong. M-O-N-G.
I don't like
Pardon
that.
me?
Well, to me, it's a disability.
So I've seen that word and heard that word used, but I never knew what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible, horrible term aimed at disabled people.
It's one of the worst.
Okay.
It's worse than a lot of words that people get triggered about.
Yeah.
Sorry I asked.
Oh, right. Here we go. So.
I mean, whether that's just a British thing, I'm not sure. I don't know how global it is. I don't know whether the globe scientists are aware of that term.
I've never heard it over here. I've only heard it through from the British people saying it.
Yeah, it's a bad
the Aussies use it as well.
Pardon me?
The Aussies use it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not what they mean, freedom. I've got it.
I didn't mean to bring it up. I just wanted the definition. I'm sorry.
Okay. And do you need me pointing pipe? No. Right. To start off with, yes, I think we've got to have the pointing pipe. I mean, why did I buy it? Not for pointing. Check it out. Look and see. It's got its own little case.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah. Pointing pipe has been unsheathed. Right. This shape here, you might be familiar with. It's called a circle. And the circle is formed on a two-dimensional plane, actually, the geometric circle. Now, this shape is made with this one here, compass. And what you do is you have a distance between here and here. That is the straight line. It is the distance just between one point and the other point, just 2 points. Now that is the straight line that geometry is based upon. Now, when you use this straight line distance in order to make this shape here, we have this line, but it's twice because it goes from this side to this side. It's two of these. So in Euclid, this being Euclid 9, Euclid doesn't actually, in the earlier times, doesn't mention this as being a radius. He just uses the entire distance all the way across. Now, everyone, because it's formed by a compass and it's just between 2 points. Yeah. 2 points. 1, 2. Because you do that, then this distance here, called a radius, is the same all the way around. So you can imagine this straight line being all the way from the center point to there, where it's equidistant, always the same place here. But it's just a point. But this line being straight, if you extend it and go all the way across, it's two radiuses, but it is still a straight line. It's the same straight line. This radius, 2 of, makes one straight line. Now, everybody knows that, right? The point of this is that it's to go into reality, right? This straight line from here to here, and the straight line from here to here, or from here to here, always the same. So the relationship of this straight line to how many of that will fit around the outside of this thing, this is pi. The relationship of pi is literally this straight line, how many times will it fit around the outside before it goes back to the beginning again. Turns out it's got a number, 3.14. This relationship of this line to the, it would be half. This is called tau. Not pi, tau. And there's exactly twice as many of those as you would imagine going around there. And that's a transcendental number as well. It's a number that can't be reached, because this circle is literally a series of points at the end of a distance of a line from here to here. So this is where we come in with this. Right now, this water level. So if I move this one up, 2 bits of water will equalise to become level. Bring it down here. They equalise to become level. Now, because this is just a pipe, just one pipe goes all the way along, that this will always equal out. Now, if I were to go like that and put the water level on there, it would be equal. Now, that straight line that goes from there to there can be extended from there to there. And it would be exactly the same straight line from there to there as it would be from there to there. Same straight line, the same tool making the same straight line. Now, how long could you possibly make this tube? I mean, would making this tube any longer make a difference to where this water level was? Would it, if we separated it out more?
No, it wouldn't make any difference.
So if we relate this to the circle and say, as in Euclid, he said that a circle can be produced from any centre at any distance. So you could make this any distance that you wanted to. Yeah, you could do that. But you could also say that that radius, that distance there, is just the radius. You could double it. And then you could say that, well, that's just the radius. And then you could double that. So this thing with the water level and Euclidean geometry and this straight line. You can relate this straight line here to this straight line all the way across. And we're going to show you a way with, eventually, when we get all of the tests, and DP's got some wonderful memes. I think we've already been doing it. But once you link a Vesica Pisces to this, then that's a shared radius. So that radius can become a diameter. It can be a shared radius with the next one. And it can just go on and on and on, either way, both ways. Straight line turning into a diameter, turning into a shared straight line, turning into a diameter that's a shared straight line. Now, if you can do that with a water level, and you can do that with a water level, but then you could also check that that one is the same as that one.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Yeah.
You said you're going to introduce the Vesica Pisces. That means you're just putting the edge of a circle to the center of the other circle, right? And so on and so on?
Yeah, I've got one here.
I was going to say that. I didn't want to interrupt you. I'm sure most people don't know what a Vesica Pisces is.
Okay, now
I'm familiar with the shape. I just make sure I understood his context here.
So this is a circle. It should be, hopefully, similar. A little bit. That's a little bit bigger than this. But what we imagine is that this one has got a centre line, a radius, but it's got a radius here. Now, if we share this radius with this radius and put this centre point here, right here on the outside of this circle, and do that, there, then this shape, here we go. If I go like this,
yeah, draw it out. It's going to freak a lot of people out.
see now that shape there that I've just drawn the outside of this circle there. So this shape here is what we call the Vesica Pisces. It's sort of where two halves of a circle meet, if you will, but it's not a half, obviously, because it's here. But this is the basis of what we call the geometry of, well, sacred geometry. But if you were to put this line on here now, see now that's perpendicular. That's where you get your formulation of the right lines within basic geometry using circles. But it's all within this formulation of Vesica Pisces. That's what we call here. So what you could do is you could say, you've got one Vesica Pisces there, you can put another Vesica Pisces there, and you know, you could just link all of these all together, and this straight line could be a shared straight line of another circle with another Vesica Pisces. All of these would be perpendicular to this straight line that goes all the way along with the perpendiculars here. All the way along. So basic
indefinitely.
Geometry, yeah, forever. And what you could also say, because of Euclid, he would say, well, you could just make that one radius anyway. Just draw a bigger circle.
That right globe, right? That right there breaks it. That right there breaks the globe.
Well, I mean, it's just a circle, right? There's no globe to break. This is just basic geometry. I mean, straight line, on and on and on. Circles, everybody knows what a circle is. And then could you do that? I mean, in reality? Well, yeah, of course you could. Would it shoot off into space? That's the question you should have to ask yourself. Where would it go?
I already did. I asked the surveyor.
If you were to put this line horizontal... Oh no, this isn't horizontal. Look at that. It's perfect, isn't it? Look at that. If you were to put this line horizontal, how far would it go? How would you make sure?
I asked the surveyor, Bev.
Yeah.
I asked the surveyor in Montreal. You know what he told me? It'll shoot out into space.
Yeah. Standard response, that, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
But simple, just a straight line, all the way along. Now, if you were to put this water level at this point, and at this point, and at this point, I mean, would you be able to mark them? Would the one in the centre be any higher than the one on the outside and the one on this side here? Would the one in the middle be higher? Is that the way a straight line would work? If this line was horizontal, could this line be horizontal, and then could the whole line be horizontal? Is it possible? Could you, in reality, make a radius horizontal? Because if you could, then you could make a diameter horizontal. And if that line's horizontal, you could make a bigger circle with that line as the radius is horizontal, and you could double it and make that one horizontal. It's just basic logic. On and on and on and on. Kevin wanted to know about the...
A straight line doesn't curve, period. That's it. Not hard to understand.
Right. So, straight line. This is a bit slippy, this. Right. So, this one's for you, Kevin. Here's the straight line. That's the diameter. 2 radiuses all the way across. Now, this is why a triangle only has 180 degrees. This line is, call that the longest straight line you can make on a triangle. And one of the laws that we did early on through the logic states that any angle scribed within a semicircle will be a right angle. Logic. Now, this being a straight line in a circle, you could say at any point on this semicircle would be the other point, right? So pick somewhere, put it, say in the middle somewhere, just to make it easy for me to draw it. So we put a point there. Now, if we imagine this is the big straight line, the longest line there could be. So we go from here, it's a triangle, 3 straight sides. So we go from here, this corner, to there, and we go from this one here, opposite, well, close, just join the points up. This one, always a right angle. And since this is the other half, which obviously you could say put a line here, and we'll draw that one. There we go. There's another right angle. So, any angle scribed within a semicircle will always be a right angle. And since you've made a quadrilateral figure, well, quadrilateral figures have 360 degrees as you go all the way around. So you've got 180 and 180. Always with the right angle scribed there on the outside. So if one of these has 180 degrees and one here has 180 degrees, obviously a circle has 360 degrees. If you were to make this point here, and this perpendicular, then you would form a square with all 90 degrees, all angles equal. So you form a square, and a square has 360 degrees as well. So this goes to show that all of these triangles within Euclidean space are formed within a circle, and the circle, pointing pipe, using a pen, all of this is 360, a half and half, always equals, Euclid says, evens, both sides. You even that up as well, you put a half point in the middle there. You make a square, square has 360 degrees, 90, 90, 90, 90. There's, it's only 180 degrees because you're thinking of right angles, so you could say this triangle here has the sum of two right angles, and this triangle here on this side has the sum of two right angles, because you always start at one point and come back to the other. And how's that? Is that waffling?
Brilliant.
Or is that good?
Yeah, it's good. Globe scientists are excited about it.
Yeah. See, the only way you could add any more angles into this is to make a triangle out of, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, more or less than 180 degrees. I mean, you can't do it because any angle scribed within a circle will be a 90. I mean, that's a logical fact. So in order for you to fit another angle in there somewhere, for step one, you would have to devise a new way of measuring angles, because you're stuck with a circle, obviously. I mean, look at this. It's called a protractor. It's got all the numbers on it, all the way. It's 4 right angles is 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, where are you going to fit your extra angles? Would you fit them in somewhere? There's just nowhere to do it. And then if you were...
Stretch it a little bit.
Well, yeah, you
Try
could sort of
tugging it a bit.
bend this radius a bit if you wanted to. You know, sort of put a curve to it if you wanted to try. But then you would have to lose the ratio of this straight line to this circumference. You'd lose pi,
that's a problem.
and that's silly, isn't it? I mean, who'd ever think of adjusting pi around a circle?
I know somebody.
Well,
globe scientists.
Globe scientists, yeah. Don't be getting them excited, though. I mean, just think about it. This line here, in order to, you could bend it. I mean, you could start here and come all the way over here and go back all the way to here, which would extend this line, but still keep this circle.
Yeah, just change it. Yeah.
I mean, like this. See? See this compass? See this line here? Goes all the way up here and all the way back down there. I mean, it doesn't change this distance here, but you could imagine that it comes all the way there and it makes it longer. So the difference would be this line here would be a much longer distance than the ratio of this. You could imagine it if you wanted to, if you were a globe, if you were really thinking really hard, staring at it, compass, for, many hours, you could extend that. But, now here's the tricky bit. How do you make this line shorter and keep this shape of this thing? I don't think it's possible, to be honest. Globe scientists can obviously try and do that. But, if you were to imagine this distance from here to here were to be something like 1,050 miles, then there's not much chance that you can go from here to here in 900 miles and cut off a little bit of that distance and actually get there.
But you're not the globe stoolie.
I know. Still working it out. Still working it out. But this one little shape that's made from this distance here to here, it's just one straight line distance, but it's the same all the way around. That makes this and gives us the chance and the ability to understand that there are 4 right angles within this shape and 4 right angles within this circle, but there's only one shape that has this configuration, and this is the only shape, because it has 180 degrees, or the sum of 2 right angles. This is the only shape that we can do anything with. In reality, these are the straight lines that we use. This straight line and this right angle and this formulation of this circle. If you wanted to put a Vesica Pisces, you could make a perpendicular to this line. So if we make this line horizontal, we can make a perpendicular to it, call it vertical. Could put another one over here, perpendicular to this straight line, call that one vertical as well. If you call anything that's perpendicular to a horizontal, you can call it vertical. Right line geometry. It's the future. Yeah, presentation over and done with. Thank you very much. Oh, wait a minute.
Nice.
Can you see me?
All you were missing was a toga.
Can you see me a t-shirt? DP merch on the level. Get yourself a DP t-shirt. I don't wear that just for advertising. I wear them every day. Some of the best fashion.
It was nice here today. I was wearing it outside when I was outside most of the day today.
Right, I'll put that back on. So, thanks for watching my simple little Euclid demonstration. I'm going to try and do a bit more of that. And where's
I really enjoyed that, Bev. Really enjoyed that, Bev. Really educational and real pleasure to watch.
Did you see DP's GIF as well? How GIF? Little video reel. Well done, DP. Thank you very much. Well fitting. Radius and a diameter. He must have known. Must have been in tune. But yeah, think about that. Like, if you can have a radius and it's a straight line, you can make it horizontal, then the diameter must also be straight line and horizontal, the same. It's exactly the same. You can't differentiate a radius from a diameter. And you can't really differentiate either of those from reality, can you? With pi, as soon as you give pi a number.
Just so you know, I think they've paused the trolling for the evening.
Oh, thank you very much.
Because Bob seems to be in the YouTube.
No way.
Bob, the science guy.
Oh.
I have checked, it is actually him.
Globe Science, watch out, he might be enjoying himself. I hope we didn't manage to trigger you there with a straight line and a circle. Don't.
Yeah, there's been a lot of triggering going on with the excited globe scientists, but that's all right. It's just Euclid.
Yeah. The radius and the diameter and the relationship to the circumference, making pi or tau. Don't get upset. Please. We don't need any more reports. Or I don't need any more reports. Elementary geometry and how we can relate it to reality. I think that's why Euclid came and why they wrote it. It's, well, I mean, we are going to be looking into it. Raven's come up with the idea that we should definitely be looking at the Trivium and Quadrivium, which may sound complicated, but it's pre-Euclid, I think you say, Raven. I think it is. It's a way how to understand. When I first came into this whole topic, I stumbled upon Euclid, but there was a section that was pre-Euclid that sort of went through the idea of how logic was formulated now, and how Euclid came about or born from that logical progression. I can't find it anywhere. I've looked. I don't even know whether it's real, whether I might have dreamt it or something. So hopefully Ravens can shed some light on it. It's pre-Euclid, but it's so basic that it shouldn't really need to be taught, I think that was the basic gist of it. It's so fundamental.
Yeah, it's so obvious. It almost doesn't need to be spoken. But I'm on the hunt, and I'm getting there, and it's all becoming really interesting. So as soon as I can, and we've got something interesting, we'll feed it out there in some way.
Yeah, because we might have people upset, globe scientists upset about the straight line and the formulation of geometry. Now, we know that they want to have some sort of pi derivative, but within a non-Euclidean framework, but keeping the same relationship of the diameter to the circumference, which is actually impossible. But as we all live in reality, the globe science people struggle with the fact of that, and it often causes a bit of distress. So I'd ask you once again, please do not get upset into I don't know, rage reporting, or imagining that you understand doxing better than anybody else. So please don't. This is a Euclid night. And I hope to keep it nice and civil. I don't want to be talking about anything. I'm going to do a special for letting everybody know. I would like to say as well. What's that? What's he talking about? Trump supporter. I would like to add as well, I'm not too sure how this goes, but everybody that's donating kindly, thank you very much, to the secure and protect and keep the Try Thinking stream going on the Give Send Go. Thank you very much. But it appears that I don't know whether I'm going to be able to put people's names out to thank the people. We've already had a complaint and a takedown notice going on the channel for somebody being upset that they've made a donation or not made a donation. I've still not had a report from it, so I don't know whether somebody's made a donation so that they can make a report on the stream to take the video down. I don't know, but it appears that people are upset. Got a very generous donation. Can I look at that? That's not just another one, is it? I'll go and have a look. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Anonymous.
I hit hide my information just to see if people could do it. So now that people can anonymously give on that site. You said it's a Christian-based site?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me just testing it out, just so you know. You're more than welcome to use my name. I'm not scared of anything. I'm not threatened by these globe scientists. No matter how many personal pictures they put of themselves getting it cited on your channel, I will not be threatened.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, more to come. Don't worry.
So, yeah. Thank you very much. And, just to know that, the stream that we did Tuesday may disappear, and I might have to re-upload it with some adjustments to it based on the Give Send Go. So thank you very much, Rakir, and thank you very much all of the anonymous people that have given.
Does it show you how on your side how much was donated to the site? In your name, in your name, basically, it's given. Does it show you that amount?
The amount that you've given, yeah.
No, the amount that was given to the donation site. You can give to them as you're given to the.
I think it does, yeah, somewhere within it, but I don't know. I might have to go through, to look at the entire thing. I've seen it somewhere, but I'm not that.
Well, they're very thankful that you're doing this, so it helps them as well.
Thank you. Well, and thank you from them.
Carry on, sir.
Very good site, and thank you, Kevin, as well, for putting us onto it. There's a lot of people that have donated through this that said that they didn't like the other firm. So, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so the theme of that is support what you like, right? Whether it's a Give, Send, Go, or it's Bev or anybody else out there. Any of the globe scientists, if you like their stuff, go support them. They might get excited. Just be careful.
Yeah, we've got some people in the chat. I might have to change the thing. I don't know. We've got some globe scientists. I'll just swap to the different channel. We can't have.
I wonder if you could see, like, do an excitement level by their name. I wish we could get heart rates on these people.
Science works in mysterious ways is a bit of a it's a bit of a funny name now at the minute. I don't know. It definitely does. It definitely did the other day.
I bet that guy's heart rate was racing.
Oh, DP's memes and gifs, man, they're getting good. It's a good job that we're not actually flat earthers, isn't it? Because these globers and the globe scientists seem to be struggling with basic geometry and even how to talk about it.
Yeah, that's why it confused me a little bit, because we had a couple of folks in the YouTube chat that were saying how simple. I mean, this is like 3rd, 4th grade geometry.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like that's needed, which is why we do it.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of people are pre-4th grade. Maybe some of the globe scientists might be like pre-4th grade geometry. So we're helping everybody. We're helping folks.
Sam says I need to redefine the wordings on my presentation.
Well, that globe scientist can go do that himself on his own channel.
I'm sure the people that support and a diameter and circumference. Yeah. It's tricky, isn't it? Horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
Perpendicular. I mean, it is the basis of geometry. How to be able to form these lines and make perpendiculars. Do all of that sort of stuff. It's very fundamental, like they say. Very basic, but there's even more basic behind it, as we are going to find out within the formulation of the logic that builds up to that. Geometry is formed on logic, and it's all very simple. And I think if you start thinking a little bit more geometrically about things, and if you can imagine every distance there ever is as a radius, then you can understand that distance as a straight line. Much easier. And that being the shortest distance as well. And then if you can make it a radius, then you can make it a diameter by extending it, but also use the diameter as being a even. You are segregating the circle in half to have an even line, an even semicircle on both sides of the circle, and you can make that horizontal. Then you can formulate that straight line horizontal, the radius is horizontal, and your two halves of a circle would be semicircles would be equal and even. I know it sounds very simple. That's because it is very simple. Now, there are some people, globe scientists, that will have to imagine something different. If you imagine it as a water level that goes all the way across from radius to the circumference, and then extend it to make it a diameter, same straight line, there's no hump in the middle. There's no drop of either end. There's no quadratic formula in between the two. It's just a very simple straight line. No curvature to that radius or that diameter. There you go. Simple, simple, simple. Straight line. Straight line. The next step for me will be to start once the missus gets better and I finish the videos that I've got planned. Then I will start on the geometric formulation of the water level test, and we'll be able to put that up against anybody else that we have to be able to do this. Obviously, we're the only people that have proof, because we're the only people that use the Euclidean geometry to formulate our proofs. We're the only people that seem to use logic to help formulate our proofs. So we can logically state our proofs. We can geometrically state our proofs. Nobody else seems to be able to do that. And everybody else seems to attack us because of it. Just simple straight lines. It's time to get on the simple train, because there's a lot of people that want to confuse it. Come and join Advanced Simplicity, and we will make it even more simple, because going back to the basics is seemed where you need to be. You can't have an angle to a curve, Bob. You need two straight lines. I know it's fancy geometry. We just stick with basic Euclidean geometry and the understanding that a straight line needs to be at an inclination to another straight line in order for you to have an angle. So you can have an angle wherever you want, Bob, and you can draw a squiggly line wherever you want. It's up to you, but you're going to need two straight lines for that angle. Globe science hasn't worked out how to get an angle to a curve yet. They just state it and seem to forget that they need two straight lines, at least. We've been doing this sort of stuff for quite a while. DP putting all of his stuff in here. Look at this. Logical breakdown. Oh, I sort the... Oh, why is it not playing? What's up with that, DP? It's not playing it. Graphics on my thing. Must be going.
Interesting tidbit you may want to take a look at in the live chat, Bev.
I know. It's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll say it again. You need two straight lines. I mean, should I get a definition of an angle? I think I should.
No, I think there's something else you may want to look at in the live chat. Freedom posted a GIF you may want to look at.
Oh, in the Discord live chat?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Can I... There's no globe science in there, is there?
There's a couple in there, but they're globe scientists we can live with for the moment, I think.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you very much, people. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Oh. Thank you, my lab will be so happy. And the missus.
Despite the excited globe scientists, there's some good people around here.
Yes.
They may not think so, but there are.
This is definitely one of the best places I've ever been in.
So happy for you, Bev.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I was looking in the other way. I was talking to the globe scientist, talking about Euclid. So yeah, thank you. That's wonderful. Speechless. Can't even the cats come. Right, I'm gonna get this picture out.
You don't have to thank anyone, sir. We should be the one thanking you.
Yep. Support what you like, people.
I second
Or
that.
it goes away. It goes away if you don't support what you like.
What we're doing here is exposing the people who have been trying to fight truth for years and showing them that truth is never underfunded. It's never going to fall behind. Name it. Truth will provide. Logos is the provider of all truth. If you want to come be a part of that, Bev's leading the way.
Thank you very, very much. I'll put it on screen again. Goal reached. Thank you. And that PC will be loving it for the video making. Finally, graphics and gaming. Can I put a shout out to Sean Hawkins if you want to come round, have a chat, go into the new gaming era. Emma does like a bit of gaming. She wouldn't mind watching Daisy streaming. We have a gaming server ready to be opened.
As do I. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in that as well. Yeah. Hear what Sean's like into play.
Funny you should mention that. He's live chat box in another server texting me right now as we speak. He's probably listening. Come on in, Sean.
Yeah, come on, Sean.
Come on in.
There's some things we can agree on. I mean, we've all died horribly in some of these survival games, that's for sure.
Bob,
come on in. We'll talk about your challenge if you like.
Bob says being a dirtbag pays as well. I'll just stick to just doing all of this stuff here, Bob. You do what you do.
Yeah, the globe scientists tend to get excited about things like that. Watch out, they might drip some stuff on you. Be careful. Careful out there in the YouTube chat.
Okay. Now check this one out. You'll like this, Bob. I'll just definition number 9. It says a plane rectilinear angle is the inclination of two straight lines to one another which meet together but are not in the same straight line. You can't measure another angle, Bob, without having those two straight lines. It's like, you have to imagine, like two radiuses on a circle, and they go from anywhere from 0 up to 360. You have to have an inclination of one of those straight line radiuses to another straight line radius. I know it's very basic. We so far haven't figured a way how anybody could do that with a curve, because it's impossible. You need two straight lines to measure an angle. So thanks for your input, Globe Science. This is geometry, Euclidean geometry. So do your globe science, and just remember that the curve of a circle is called a circumference, and it is an accumulation of all of the points at the end of a radius, a straight line distance. I mean, it's not actually a real shape if you take it as a straight line, because it is just an accumulation of radius ends of a straight line altogether. Oh, balanced truth. Be careful. That straight line thing makes him a bit report happy. Mentioning the shorter than a straight line distance on a flat plane? I think it was. A smooth, flat planar surface. It was very rhythmical. I can remember him doing that. Might make a song out of that one. Book 1, definition 8, Bob. You can do your geometry class anytime you want, Bob. You do understand the definitions and how we built them up in an axiomatic system?
No, I don't think he does.
No.
Pretty sure.
No. But we will be going over that. Raven and I and everybody in this server, we will all together be putting a series together with the Trivium and the Quadrivium. Buster's going to play a big part, and there is a in the Quadrivium they do astrology, don't they, or astronomy? I always get them mixed up. Looking at lights in the sky, and what's the difference between them? Like, one of them does horoscopes and tells you future, and the other one just imagines things, stories about stuff. I can never really tell the difference. That's why I always get mixed up with them. But there is astronomy. So anybody that wants to come and help us once we get there to the Quadrivium, it may take us a while because we do really basic stuff that nobody could really be upset about. Oh, Globe Science is on about the definitions of Euclid. As if definitions matter to a globe scientist. You can't really play that sort of game, can you? Everybody knows globe scientists don't have any definitions. Meaningless.
Yeah, perhaps we have to go over their definitions again. We've done that before.
Yeah.
But it might be worth repeating what their definitions, because we know what those are. We've heard them for years now.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't play that trick, Bob. You can't be talking about Euclidean definitions and then just sort of dropping Euclidean definitions. I mean, that's shorter than a straight line. How are you going to get to definition 8 if you really struggle with the definition of a straight line to start off with? A straight line is that which lies evenly between its 2 points, except if you want to travel a shorter distance than that distance between those 2 points that's even. I don't know.
Boy, is Globe Sean triggered.
Who? No.
Oh, man. I invited him to come on. I won't come on until I get unbanned or Bev completes the Polaris challenge.
I say I've got a bad belly and there's no way I can do that mountain biking stuff.
I told him, look, I think I can get you unbanned.
Yeah, I'm looking at lights in the sky and measuring angles. That's not my thing. I do have a sextant, but I've been told it's only a toy one. Like a wall hanger, I think one of the globe scientists told me. Fair enough. I mean, that's what I got it for, just so I could measure an angle. And I did. It wasn't good enough.
Polaris has a linear angle relationship to the Earth.
Wow, Rob, that was that mic is a lot overpowered. Shite mic.
Oh.
Yeah. What did he say again? Let's see whether we can hear it.
Is that a linear relationship of 15 degrees per every 69 miles?
1 degree.
Yeah, is that linear?
Yeah. Yeah. All angles are linear, aren't they? And especially that relationship. Stadia hairs. I mean, we know that.
All right, thank you. Sorry about the mic.
Bob, if you want to do a request, we only have of a since the globe science attack of the other day, we have to be very careful. So can you please submit the video that we require, Bob, to make sure that we're okay to submit something that you ask for in the chat, a permission to be granted, I think, just to make sure. I mean, you can never be too safe with the globe science community, especially with the new YouTube and Discord policy that we have. What's this one, DP? That's got 0 as well. Like, must be my graphics card on the PC. But thank you very much. I'll be sorting that out as soon as possible. Let me turn that video off. It might be that, actually. Yeah, that's not loading, DP. I don't know what's going on there. So thank you very much, and thanks for the chat in the It's nice to have some globe scientists in the chat, even though, you know, there may be some, you may think there's some animosity or whatever. People can tell how it's going on. You can have curves to angles. Yeah, yes, I've told you, once you've got an angle, you can put any squiggly line wherever you want. That easy, but you're going to need what I would call 2 radiuses. But, I mean, since there is no distance to those, it's just 2 straight lines meeting at an apex. But if there's one thing for absolutely certain, you need 2 straight lines meeting together. I will get simple stuff for people. Globe scientists get stuck with the simple basic maths. So you see that there? We have parts of an angle, Bob, and it says the corner part of an angle is called the vertex, and the 2 straight sides are called arms. The angle is the amount of turn between each arm, 2 straight lines. So there you go. That's what commonly known as an angle. And that's how we measure angles. Everybody obviously knows angles being basically one of the corners of a triangle. Because it's a shape. It's called a triangle. That's 3 angles. And everybody knows that at the corner of each triangle, it's where 2 straight lines meet. When you get 3 of them together, 3 straight lines, you can make a shape called a triangle. But all of those lines must be straight. Globe scientists, why are they so nasty and calling people names?
Oh my God, he's been swearing at me for as long as we've been on the air. He's probably listening. He's been typing foul things at me all this time.
Wow, that's Sean. He's getting out of the community, isn't he? I heard.
Yeah, he's proper triggered, as they say.
I'm talking about the globe science in the YouTube chat. It seems like there's a lot of globe. I mean, I don't know. Could you call Sean? Is he still a globe scientist, or is he leaving?
No, he's irrelevant. Not even his side like him. He's irrelevant, really. People laugh at him.
The the globe science people in the chat don't think about straight lines needed to make an angle. They think you can make it an angle with a curved line, which is ridiculous when you know how to measure an angle. And if you know anything about a curved line and a straight line, the difference between the two, if you put them together, there is a differing angle that could be measured at a different place everywhere, right down to the zero angle. That's such the way that a straight line works and a curved line. Bob, no, you have to have two straight lines. Now, you can have a tangent perpendicular to a diameter, let's say for instance, you could have a diameter and you could have at each end of that, you could have a perpendicular to that diameter. And then you could draw a circle. I mean, you could take the circle away. You could have a straight line with a perpendicular at each end of it. And you could draw a circle there if you wanted to. But it's just the formulation of the straight line together. Actually, if you were to draw a straight line, a diameter, let's say, for instance, and at each end of that diameter form a tangent, as you can with a thing, you would have right angles at each end of that straight line diameter. That would form two right angles, therefore straight lines, and you would help to prove the 12th axiom, the triangle axiom, that a triangle would only be formed on the side that has less than two right angles. I mean, geometrically perfect statement. And one of the bases of the geometric proof of the water level test. Oh, sorry. The shared straight line segment test. We're going to call it the next level phenomena. And that is the phenomena of a straight line being able to be formed by a water level. You start with definition 1, Bob. You don't start with definition 8. You'd be a moron to do that. You start with definition 1 and work all your way through it. It's a perfect book of geometry. So, anytime you want, Bob, we'll go lay down the proof for proof challenge. I'll do the shared straight line segment. It's sort of based on, I think I might have given it away earlier with the radius and the diameter and the Vesica Pisces. If you can work a water level test out like that, and imagine how you might be able to do it to reference water levels with water levels to make sure radiuses and diameters are both straight lines and the same straight line. You might be able to work it out for yourself, but throw in some perpendiculars and some geometric tangents to diameters and radiuses. You've got another geometric proof of perpendiculars. But again, I don't want to be upsetting any globe scientists.
You did. It was inevitable, but not only did we have a globe scientist in the YouTube chat that thought that we were being too simple with 3rd or 4th grade geometry, but it seems some of those same globe scientists need a 2nd or 3rd grade spelling lesson. we can think about working on that. Maybe when Raven comes in with the
grammar. Is it grammar?
Mm-hmm.
Logic.
Phonics. Easy on talking about people's spelling there.
What's in a spelling? I mean, like we're here to watch out for that wizardry in spelling. There's nothing
try and
better
get away
to
from the
confuse.
spelling.
Yeah.
I did not mean to throw the net large enough to capture you in it, Ricky.
Oh, you mentioned spelling, man. I'm in there. I'm top shelf. Self-proclaimed, don't care about spelling. I.e., you can't put a spell on me, sir.
Yeah. You knew what I meant. That's why if you're the only one that reads it, then you always knew what you meant to write anyway. So it doesn't really matter about spelling. Who cares?
Yeah.
Especially when you're the boss.
I had to be the boss because if I wasn't, I'd be the the lowest man on the totem pole. I had no choice but to be the boss. Get somebody else to write it down and spell it correctly.
Yeah, thank you, chat, and thank you, everybody. I mean, this is one wonderful community. I'm going to say that now, right? I was always imagining that we were being pushed out of the community, but in turn, I think we've made a community. So thank you, everyone. That's what.
Yeah, and if I can, sorry, Bev, if I can just add in, just because we looked at what Bev was asking for through Give, Set, and Go a little while ago, and even though Bev's goal is met, until that's closed, you can continue to donate. So for anybody that wanted to donate and maybe has, every pound or dollar, pound in the case of Bev, will help. So if you wanted to give 5 pounds or 10 pounds out to go do it. I mean, we've had at least one extremely generous person, but there's been a lot of generous people. Doesn't matter how big the donation is. Support what you like, or it goes away, guys and gals.
And that definitely we are going to be here. Ain't going nowhere. So thank you, people. And this is only the beginning now, obviously. This is what we're made to do. This is why we've been put here. Speaking simple truths about very simple geometry. Straight lines. And fun. And music. But more comedy than anything, I think. We can definitely laugh through all of this.
Yep, Globe scientist Stooley. Hope you're listening. You will never win. Not against us. Never.
Yes. So yeah, thank you very much for donating.
Wrote that leading to the show today that SC presented. That was pretty good. I like that. Then when it led right into Buster song, I really liked the way that was put together.
Well, we've not actually finished with that. We need to do a next level rewrite on that. We've been saying that for quite a bit. That's the proof thing. I think even there is in the works. There's a new Buster proof song. In which case, SE, we definitely need to start working a rewrite on that something, and then we can lead it up to it, because that is one hell of a powerful team, Buster and SE.
Well, that was really good today. I really enjoyed that.
Sure, Bev, anytime.
Yeah. We start the proof thing up again. I noticed the other day that a few of the globe scientists are getting upset that we do proof. So,
well, they ain't seen nothing yet. We just got started. Get it through your thick skulls. You're not going to change the truth. You're not going to change us, and you will not win.
what's the main chat like? Is it all right? Am I okay coming in there? I don't want to be showing any more globe science on my channel. I don't want to be losing my YouTube channel. Are we okay? Can I come in the live chat? It looks okay.
Yeah, I think it looks all right, Bev. I mean, there's a
t-shirt,
fairly civil conversation going on. Looks like. Yeah.
So t-shirts are galore as well. T-shirts being sold. This is a wonderful community. And like I keep saying, the Discord is where it's about. The majority of the work that we do happens within the Discord server. This is just a public face that we put on to show people what we're really like, so people don't get the wrong impression about what we do. We just do simple things and mainly laugh. And obviously I think we learn a lot more. I think we can be a lot freer with what we say. Obviously, because when we're live, I'm always under threat at people reporting anything posted in the chat, anybody's names and all of that. So that's why we have to now not use people's names, hopefully.
Yep. Globe scientists, that's what they are. Excited sometimes. It gets a little ugly when they're excited.
A bit excitable.
Yeah, be careful.
So, Bev, are you familiar with any of the Trivium or the Quadrivium?
Yeah. We've had a brief look over it, but I mean, I'd rather everybody have a look into it themselves. Yeah, I think it's a wonderful system that has obviously not been taught for a reason.
I can find that online.
You should. Well, I mean, as Raven was saying, it's getting more difficult to find it.
I remember him saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, like with a lot of things, it's getting harder to find.
I'd like to look it over before Monday.
Well, I mean, we are going to be developing it all, so little pieces will be put in the server for everybody to peruse, and we'll go over it and we'll try and formulate it and put it in a way that is as easily digestible to everybody in a quite simple way. So yeah, I mean, I think Raven said he was going to be putting stuff in somewhere when he gets some pieces together. He's got some slides together, so at some point we'll definitely be able to go over it. If anybody wants to brush up on it, it is the Trivium and the Quadrivium. It's very basic stuff. Grammar, logic, and I can't remember the other one. What's the other one? Rhetoric, is it? I think.
Oh, there. Sorry, I was preoccupied. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can now, yeah.
Yeah, basically it's a system that starts off. It's divided. It's the 7 liberal arts divided into a 3 and a 4. You got the Trivium and the Quadrivium. The Trivium comes first because that's to do with mind, thought, logic. So it's logic, rhetoric, and grammar. How we do our thought process, how we communicate those thoughts to communicate with other people, how we work logically. Pardon?
Yeah, I like that.
Now go on, Raven.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all right. My sound seems to have gone a bit funny. And then you get, once you've got that basics done, you then move on to what's called the Quadrivium, and that's looking at how this relates to. There's 4 aspects of that: arithmetic, off the top of my head now, arithmetic, geometry, music, and what they call astronomy, but it's not what we mean by astronomy. None of these words are what we mean currently. Music isn't just about learning a musical instrument. It's about using the mathematics and the number theory that you do with your arithmetic, bringing it into harmony, into the musical system, and all that. So it goes really deep. And then you've got the aspect that looks at the geometry, and then that's looking at geometry related. Then what they call astronomy means into reality space, 3D, Euclidean space, as I'd call it. So you're looking at how the geometry applies, exactly what Bev does, how geometry applies to reality and to space, and how our reality is constructed. So to me, it's a fantastic foundation, and this is the reason it was taken out of the education system after the Enlightenment, and they were working on. It wasn't known as Trivium and Quadrivium originally, but it goes back to the classics, to the Aristotle and Socrates and Plato and all that. And then it was called the system was developed into the Enlightenment age, where they had they called it the Trivium and the Quadrivium. They just divided it up into the 3 and the 4. And then since then, it's been slowly eroded, and it was removed. I haven't got to the history part of when it was removed yet, but it was moved within the last couple of centuries. I think it was worked on to be got rid of. But I suspect that it's still used in the higher echelons of education, away from the ordinary man and woman. So basically, that's what I'm working on, and what I want to do is link it and show you how Euclid used this system to develop the elements, and why it's structured the way it is, why we start off with the definitions, then move on to the axioms, and then into the demonstrations of how this applies to reality. So you'll see how it all fits together, but I just need a bit of time to pull it all together and get a nice slideshow and presentation sorted out with Bev that we can then put on.
I'm just going to read something off here. It says the Trivium, grammar teaches the mechanics of language to the student. This is the step where the student comes to terms, i.e., defining the objects and information perceived by the 5 senses. And it's the law of identity. A tree is a tree and not a cat.
Yeah. It's very deep, and it's about creating people who are have got the ability to actually look at reality and think for themselves, and not have to be bogged down with a fact-based education system that is just making them suitable for coming out as factory fodder. You know, you want it's to bring people out who are intelligent and can see, I don't know, think critically and all that kind. You can see why they don't want it really promoted. That's all. And if we can bring some of that back and link it with what we're already doing, I think that'll be all for the good.
I can understand, because under logic, it says, is the mechanics of thought and of analysis, the process of identifying fallacious arguments and statements, and so systematically removing contradictions, thereby producing factual knowledge that can be trusted.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it explains how the basis of the Trivium, the 2 important ones that you have to get foundationally linked first, are grammar and logic. And then they feed into rhetoric, because rhetoric is the ability to be able to communicate these ideas in a logical way so that people can understand what you're trying to communicate. So it's got a beautifully structured system, really, that all knits together and fits in. I've got really excited by looking into this. You know, over the last few weeks, I've had time to spend quite a bit of time looking into it, and it's really got me fired up.
I can see why. I just read 2 paragraphs, and I'm pretty excited myself.
So watch this space. So sorry I was late jumping in there, but I've got a phone call I'm going on at the moment, so I'll have to nip off again, all right?
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Okay.
Raven.
Yeah, that's some good stuff to look forward to. It's basic stuff, but it's basic stuff that people don't know about or don't know. Like what I like about logic and the way that all of this basic stuff fits, you sort of know it's true, right? It feels right whenever you hear it, and it fits in and it sinks in as though you already knew it, and that sort of inspires you to go forward with more, and it puts you on a search for more knowledge because you have a firm footing. And the cats aren't liking it. Stop it. So yeah, I'm really liking the idea of this. I like the idea of simplicity. I like the idea of logic that fits and gives you a foundation. And this is the foundation for the logic. It gives you an understanding of why logic, why grammar, why rhetoric. And within this arena that we're in, this community, let's say, now, in order for us to explain and express to each other what we're talking about, then these are the foundations of how we should be able to talk to each other, how we can define things and progress. It makes sense, but I mean, when you learn about all of the other things that we have been learning about, like logic, geometry, and reality, and the counterparts, the globe science part of it that doesn't seem to fit, that throws up contradictions. Well, if we have a better way of doing the grammar, I mean, I nobody better than me needs to understand how to use words properly. Quite often I'm looking for words and stuff. So this should be helpful for everyone. Definitely helpful for me. Being able to talk and express what we're doing, especially for presentations and stuff. This is going to be some good times. This is going to be a good year. A very good year. Thanks to you people. Well, thanks to all of us, right? All together in this. Everybody that's in the Discord server, anybody that's listening, all the same thing. We've all been together through this. Obviously, some haters that may be there listening, but hopefully, even them, everybody's learned a bit, and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah, this is good. This is fun. Even yesterday was fun.
Yeah.
It was a learning experience. Thank you very much, trolls. I enjoyed it personally.
I think what we've been doing is we've been testing how this, let's say, me personally, I've been testing how the community is. Like I said, I think we've built a community here that I don't think was ever there. We used to think we got pushed out of it, but we're not. We've never been pushed out of anything. We've always been exactly what we are, which is a group of people that are just, I mean, call us the misfits. I think they did call us the misfits for a bit. And that's what we seem to be. We seem to be the people that have been pushed out. We're the people that aren't wanted within a certain area, but in not wanting to do that, we've found a group of people who are very knowledgeable, especially within this arena. And hopefully we can all learn and be a bit better. We can bring a conversation, one of the finest conversations I think we ever have. I mean, just the weekend just gone, we sat in here for a day talking. All of us were talking, and Buster was that inspired. He made a song. He wrote an entire song about it, and the words, the lyrics, and everything are perfect. If I hadn't been so busy with all of the other things that are going on this week, I would definitely have already made a cut of it, and I'd have it up here so everybody could listen. But he did 3 or 4 versions of it, and I don't know which is the best, so I haven't had the time to go over it. Thank you, people. I'm smiling inside. I don't know what to say. Where do we go from here? We've done the Euclid, we've done the science, and I think we've got rid of. Well, I'm going to say we've got rid of them, but whatever happened yesterday seems to have been a one-off, I'm hoping. Seems to have been somebody else got excited from a different social media group. Might have to be reaching out to a new group of people. But hopefully that may have come for a reason also. Emma, I'm going to put a thing in the... So a bit. Anybody else want to have a look? See what we were talking to today. It's very interesting, some of the things that happen going around at the minute.
I'm surprised nobody wants to come in and talk about the 5th, 12th.
Pi. Straight line angles or whatever they have.
Straight lines curving if you look at them from the side.
The angle to a curve's one of my favourite ones because they always end up drawing a tangent, which is another straight line. And the parallels. I mean, that does get a little bit strange.
I think that's my favorite one. The 5th, which is the 12th.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about the parallel to the curve at the point. Equipotential angle of adjustment from the point where they were parallel to start off with.
Just tweak it a bit.
Yeah. Because that's the only way that they can talk about an angle to a curve is the equipotential angle of adjustment. And they don't even understand the equipotential angle of adjustment. They think we're making it up. Globe science. They don't even understand the geometry.
once they start thinking about parallels, they'll get to it one day.
Yeah. It is when you understand the quadrivium and the trivium, and you end up at geometry, and the geometry is the point in space? Yeah, I think point in line in space.
It's taking that geometry out into space, into 3D Euclidean space, but not the astronomy that we think of now.
Yeah. Yeah, the geometry is the point in space, and the music is the point in time. And the astronomy is the point in space and time, I think, the way I got it.
Point in fantasy.
It's a beautiful system to work through with, from what I've seen so far. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Until we get to the space-time part.
Well, no, it's like he said, it's different than what you imagine. So it is the last part as well of the quadrivium, the point in space and time.
It's the bit they've corrupted.
I'm excited for that part.
I'm sure you'll have a lot to contribute there, Essie.
You think?
Yeah.
That's too funny. Whenever I hear those two words, space and time combined, I know it's going to be one hell of a conversation.
A bit like when you hear the word Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good,
Shout out spot
it's a good
on
future.
for that
I mean,
one.
should we put that in? Because obviously there's certain days that we used to do that obviously won't be happening. It may be worth putting that into getting rid of one of those and trying to put the foundations of
Yeah. If you can sort some, I'll work better with the timelines. If you could sort, hold on a minute, I'll just grab out my blood pressure took. If you can sort some times now, I'll work better with time limits, so I know what I'm working towards. Okay.
Yeah, well, you know how we go. There's no pressure. It's just a conversation, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'll work with you anyway over the next few weeks. Just bear with me.
Okay. Yeah, I like the idea of that. Obviously, when we first started the Model Affliction Mondays, I think it's pretty certain now what the Model Affliction is. And obviously nobody likes talking about it. It's a bit of a hush-hush subject, so we might have to change that into some sort of a basic learning thing.
It's pretty quick, though, isn't it? It's right, it's on mute.
The shape that shall not be mentioned.
You're welcome. Oh, no, I heard that. That's nice to hear. Thank you very much.
Hot mic in Raven.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. Yeah, these are gonna be some. We just need a comedy night as well. We need to start doing comedy night, film night, music night, presentation night, something like that. Maybe not do it live streaming, just do one within the Discord. Perhaps do that over the weekend or whatever. Who knows? What's everybody want? More live streams? You want to come into the Discord and do more presentations within Discord? Depends what everybody wants. What about the YouTube chat? What about you guys? You want to come into the Discord? Should we do some gaming? I don't know whether I can do Daisy.
Well, teach the idiots that don't know how to use Discord night. I'm talking about me, by the way. Just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that. I think I did say at one point that it would be a good idea for us to do a how to join Discord video so we could show people on the YouTube stream perhaps or whatever how to come into Discord. It's not too tricky. And to be honest with you, the conversation is much better because it's not just me talking all the time. Loads of other people do talking. Lots of other people. Disco night. Spot on does Dancing in the Dark. He does that live sometimes. What we got?
Yeah, you definitely got to separate that song, the Shadow song. That's got to be heard on its own.
Yeah. Well, I think I did. I think the first time I did it in the 4 Fata Morgana videos where I put all of those together. I think that's True Level Bitch, but without the True Level Bitch. We didn't know what to call it. Buster didn't have a name for the song.
Yeah, that's some strong words in there. Shout out Buster.
Yeah, it went once I heard it. Buster do it live. It had a new meaning, right? Because I listened and done the True Level Bitch, but that changes the meaning of the song completely, doesn't it? It did change it. It fitted, and it was quite right. But I keep getting a copyright strike every time I do that video because it's got too much Rick and Morty in it. So I'm gonna have to redo the video.
Yeah. I'm not saying it wasn't good. Actually, when it first came out, I died of laughter. It was really good. But the song, it needs its own, its own standing.
Yeah. Yeah. And the new one, and the other new one that he's got going.
Yeah.
I mean, he should have an album coming out soon.
Maybe 2 albums. I think working on the second one now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Call it Truth Music, world's famous Buster. Music from the heart, or Logos inspired music and lyrics.
Yeah.
You want to come and be part of it? Next Level Discord server. That's where you should be. Everyone should be here. Well, especially when we start gaming. Yeah, yesterday was fun. I have actually took the video down. It is private at the minute. However, I will be sorting it out and putting it back out live it'll have to be uploaded as a normal video. Obviously can't put it back out as the live version, but along with the Tuesday one as well, that may end up going down because a certain person donated and then decided to not donate, or I don't know. who knows? But safer to say, globe Earth science has put in a takedown notice for one of the videos, and not the infamous globe Earth science video, the one that got us taken down on Twitch for 7 days. Powerful science, that. I don't know. So where do we going to go from here? Where do we go? What we doing for the rest of the day? Anybody got any topics you want to talk about? We have been. We've only been going 2 hours. It's early night. Only been going 2 hours. It's good, isn't it? Anyone got any other topics that I think we've missed? I mean, there has been a lot of stuff going on. I think there's still a lot of globe science people that have a misunderstanding about what doxing is and people's names. But I mean, a misunderstandings are just a misunderstanding. Obviously, no need for us to go on about it too much.
We did have a suggestion, didn't we, of doing some kind of book reading nights around the classics and about the different philosophies.
Yeah.
Things like that. That was another idea that was floated.
Has anybody actually done any of that yet? Has anyone checked out any Kant? I did. Ooh, it's hard work. I mean, just the way it's wrote. I mean, you know, like Shakespeare, it takes a bit to read it. And when you hear somebody reading it, like I like to hear books, I like to be taken on a journey, and that's really hard work. I mean, you can grasp a few pieces of it, but it's one of those ones that you need to listen to quite a few times, I would imagine.
That's why you need to have the community to bring it into, for it to be a conversation, not just dry book reading or a listening. I did get Plato's works today, so I have started to delve into the Republic.
Yeah, I bought the a paper copy of the Republic, just so I can do it. I mean, I don't know whether it's got the entire thing in and whether it's, you know, word for word the same as somebody else's, but I mean,
but there's always different
having
translations.
A go at reading that, you know, that'd be a good one. Next Level does the Republic, different bits. I always said I'd like to hear Emma read some of the Republic.
Oh, there's a good idea.
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, we could do that sort of stuff, really. I mean, book club sounds a bit gay, but I've never been one for that. But I mean, with this group of people, I'm pretty sure that the conversation would be stimulating from what comes from it. I mean, those sort of books and those sort of things are allegories. Everybody can take a different thing from it, and I think there's a lot to learn from what other people think of things, and, you know, the way other people take when they hear something. I mean, no other community or whatever is so wide and varied as this arena that we're in at the minute. And there seems to be so many differing. You can hear a statement and other people hear something completely different. They interpret it different.
It's so true what you are saying. It would be great to hear how each individual hears or sees whatever's being viewed or said. Because you're right. I mean, everybody hears it differently and reacts differently. It gives a total different perception. That's why I always thought it would be great to get into other people's heads, but that's kind of a scary thought if you're all you really thought about it. But I agree. You are. That's totally true right there, Bev.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're picking something like the latest Jeffrey Archer or something like that, is it, to discuss?
No.
A little bit more deep than that.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some classic works, aren't there, that have obviously been wrote down by some good minds that are truly made to make you think for yourself. Help you, right? There's self-help books where I think everybody can help each other as well. I know I'm definitely helped by hearing what other people think, like I say, because I don't have an opinion of my own. Yeah, Allegory of the Cave. One of the finest pieces of explanations, I think. The shadow giants. Definitely wrote with times past, but I think it's sort of a playbook. The playbook was wrote down by Plato. Water distillers just switched itself on again. Oh, sorry, I had to go. Yeah, I like that old book. One of the best books, I think. There's a lot in that. Play too. I've just noticed a few messages over at McToon's. For me, I think. They've got a private room for me over there. It was for that J-Ro, that's cool, that. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but trust the optics, right? Trust what you see, the lights in the sky. Look at that thing J-Ro put out there.
I know.
That is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how easily it is for you to be fooled. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, some strange stuff going on over there at McToon's site. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe swatting and stuff like that. I hope the globe science community isn't making stuff up about them talking about definitions to something else. Oh. Is he out on a boat?
I knew it was concave.
Yeah, higher at the edges, isn't that how the LIGO is, or whatever, the horizontal?
Yeah, the globe scientist pipe as well. Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
All right, Euclid.
Yeah, I'm sitting here struggling, trying to imagine the horizontals and verticals and how they're 90 degrees and how you can continue the horizontal and vertical and how it could turn into a circle.
And you'll end up Penrose you'll end up nutsacking yourself, sorry, if you try and do that.
Yeah.
You start off with straight lines and perpendiculars. And I don't know how you get away from straight lines and perpendiculars.
How
to
do
make
you?
a circle? I can't imagine.
It's easy, RBD face.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sorry, yeah, RPD face.
But if you do that, even RBD face, there has to be one of them that's not 90 degrees. You know what I mean? It has to be off of 90.
Yeah, when we was talking earlier about the triangles at half and half at the top half of the circle and the bottom half of the circle, they're both at 180. Well, yeah, on the model, the other one.
Sorry.
On the other one, you have to have the more at the top and less underneath.
Right.
Which is impossible because in the other imaginary geometries, they have either more or less. They don't have both more and less. It's one of those contradictions of the geometrical system that they have, where it just doesn't fit logically because you only have straight lines.
Yeah, I really struggle to figure out how they can actually turn a straight line into a circle or a curve.
You don't think about it too much because you will.
Yeah.
You might end up like a globe scientist.
Do it. And I struggle with this horizontal at a point, what that even means.
Again, it doesn't mean anything because the point isn't there. There's nothing. It's a nothing.
There.
So, I mean, it's almost as silly as the horizontal point at the middle of a water level, right? Even the water level isn't there. So it does make sense that the point isn't there either. So
it seems like level is in a horizontal and then vertical position, moving forward and down, forward and down.
Oh yeah, down, forward and down.
But forward and down, those are things that we know. I mean,
you can't use down, can you?
No, you can't. You can't use the word down. Yet they use words like drop or down. I mean, it seems to end right there. You did it really well with holding the water level, keeping one end in a fixed position, and then moving ever so slowly, the other end of water level. You can, if you had a mile-long straight edge, level, you'd be able to take that water level and walk it all the way along the entire length of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you did,
cool.
But I was going to say, if you did have a horizontal straight edge, you could actually measure distance down from that straight edge, and you can get like 5.8 meters, 5.9 meters, of where the water would be, and it would still be a straight line. It wouldn't be curved.
Rise over run.
Rise over run.
Yeah, there are your two measurements, the horizontal and the vertical, like you said, measured down from it.
They actually did it for 4 miles.
4 miles.
Funny enough, yeah.
It's even longer now, isn't it? That other one.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, the sled one. The speed. The rail track or whatever.
Yeah, they can't have horizontal planes at all.
Yep. Yeah, they admit that. They admit it. But I mean, like, who admits it? The globe science people admit it, right? Normal people, everybody knows that horizontals exist. In reality, in mathematics, even children know what horizontals are. Even globe science children. Everybody, all the schools teach everybody that is. I mean, I'm not aware of any school system yet that teaches people about level being anything other than horizontal. In fact, I would hazard a guess you could go through the entire school system and not ever hear about level. The word. I think, would it? I don't know. You might hear about a water level or something, but you don't hear about that as being level horizontal type surveying, rise over run. I bet you'd do a few mathematical things about rise over run, wouldn't you? I bet there would be some mathematical questions within a textbook. Anybody got anything else? So how are we doing for time? It's 10:30. How are we doing for tonight? I haven't really got anything planned, so the conversation seems like it's coming to a stall. And I don't want to overstay our welcome, so anybody got anything else to talk about? Otherwise, I might just hit after show party in the Discord server. How's that sound for everybody? I think if everybody got quite a bit to talk about.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. Finish off with a Buster song. Anybody got any favourites for finishing? Anybody? We'll ask the Discord chat.
I need to talk to Emma.
Well, we're going.
You're going offline? Let me know when we're not live.
Yeah. One chance, Bev. That's what I say.
One chance.
Yeah, one chance.
So, once again, thank you, people, and thank you, community, and thank you, anyone that's donated. Thank you very much. My family and me and all of us here. Thank you very much. Tomorrow will be Free For All Friday, but I'm not too sure what Free For All is going to be now because of the events that we've had this week. But who knows where we go from here? We are all starting anew, I think. If you want to come and join us, come into the Discord, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
confidence in the things that I know. I have enough wisdom to see the logic will be shown. I got one chance to show you what I got. I got one chance to show I'm confident or not. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, and the fools are running away. It's not what you say, it's only what you can prove. You better watch your step, you better mind your P's and Q's. You got one chance, show me what you got. You got one chance, show you confident or not. Don't get caught in the matrix of all of these fakers. Society's spinning, and I'm just here living on the ground. Self-evident reason, deductions and conclusions, logically thinking, and the fools are running away. You're flipping over backwards to show me where you think you are. Your model dictates that you never see too far. Shrinking in the distance,